I'm Dr. Davina Ashley Whitehurst, DNP, MSN, ARNP, Adult Geriatric Acute Care Nurse Practitioner, board certified. I was born Davina Ashley Johnson at John Peter Smith Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas. My mom said that she carried me for 10 months. And she said when they induced her labor, I was shown to be breech, which means that I was coming out feet first instead of head first. So she always says that I came stepping into this world. As a young girl, I was very inquisitive and very independent. My mom, she was a single parent. She would ride the city bus to work, and because I was only in the second grade, I couldn't read very well, so she would use landmarks to let me know where to get off the bus at. So my brother and I would ride with her on the bus. She would get off at her stop, and then I would continue to ride on to the stop that had the cow print on the store. We used to call it the cow store. I would know to push the button then, and then I would get off and walk me and my brother to school. So I was very independent. By the time I was in the 5th grade, I had attended 5 elementary schools. In my 5th grade year, I attended Bill J. Elliott Elementary School. We were the first 5th grade class at Bill J. Elliott. There, I gained some friends that transitioned into middle school with me. And because I was so insecure and cared what people thought, I did a lot of things that my friends did. Some things were good and some things were not so good. My friends encouraged me to be in sports. They encouraged me to go to parties and throw parties and be a part of after-school activities. They also encouraged me to smoke weed, drink, and become boy crazy ultimately. When I was in middle school, that's when the kids used to bully me. Back in my day, they would just say high side. So they used to talk about me. And they used to sing this song, say, Applejack, Applejack, Davina ain't got no hair in the back. And they also had this song that had recently came out by Willie D. And it said, bald headed. It said, what you see, G, what you see, G. I see some bald headed hoes. To me, what's crazy is that looking back, when I was looking back over my story to tell my story, I do remember being bullied, and I do remember having a decrease in self-confidence and feeling so insecure and doing what other people were doing to fit in. It affected me greatly. So I could not wait to get out of middle school. Then the cool part about it is that when I went into high school, everything they bullied me about in middle school, they loved me for in high school. I remember the first day of high school like it was yesterday. I just remember what I wore. My first day of school outfit on the 9th grade. My sister Lovey had did my hair, so I had a finger wave going back halfway. And on the back side, it was a set that was like an asymmetrical bob set. And I had on a purple jumpsuit that had a deep V cut, and it had colorful geometrical shapes all over it, and it tied at the waist. Oh, and then I had on some flats. Baby, when I tell you I was fresh to death on the first day of school, I don't know nothing else. I don't know no classes. I don't know no people I met, but I was fresh to death. Also, what was so cool about that day is that I attended Trimble Tech, which is a technical school. At the time, it was only 2 technical schools in Fort Worth. So most times you go to school with the same people, elementary, middle school, and high school, because you're in the same neighborhood. But at Trimble Tech, they brought people in from different neighborhoods, so you intermingle with different people. So when I came in there, nobody knew me. Like maybe 5 people from my middle school came to Trimble Tech. The rest of them went to Easton Hills. So nobody knew me. So nobody knew that I didn't have no hair in the back. Like nobody knew me, and everything that they bullied me for, the boys was on me. And so I actually was more popular in high school than I was in middle school, which did not work in my favor because I spent a lot of time having fun in high school rather than focusing on my education. So when I first came to Trimble Tech, I came in under the cosmetology program. So I was in Cosmo. I also was in JROTC and photography when I was in high school. But unfortunately, I majored in skipping class. I was skipping class, and I had this one girlfriend of mine, and she was so scared. She was so scared. She was pregnant. She was so nervous, and she did not know what to do with herself. She said that, she just was so scared that she was pregnant. So I said, hey, I'll take you to the Truman Clinic. You can get a free pregnancy test. And because I'm a good friend, I'll do it with you. Like, why not? So I took her over there to have her pregnancy, to get her pregnancy test. And we're sitting in the area. They take her in. She gives her urine specimen. She goes with her nurse. Then they take me in. I get my urine specimen. I go with my nurse. So I'm waiting for her to come out because to find out if she was pregnant or not. And so my nurse tells me, yes, you are pregnant. What? And I'm sitting over there shocked because I'm not pregnant. I came in because I was coming with a friend to be a friend to her. I didn't even think I was pregnant. And the cold part about it, the girl wasn't even pregnant. That's one of my life-changing moments in my life because I didn't even imagine that I could be pregnant. And I found out just by this lady telling me that you are pregnant. She said, this is your name. She showed me the urine specimen and said, you are pregnant. You need to go follow up with these doctors. And she sent me on my lovely way. And I was 16 years old at the time. That moment was life-changing for me. And I got so much advice. Some people told me to have an abortion. Some people told me to get a full-time job. Some people told me to marry the child's father. Some people told me, do I even know who the child's father is? It was crazy. But I chose to keep my pregnancy. And I was a junior at the time. Until I had Ladarius, I remained at Trimble Tech, and then I started attending New Life. It was a school for pregnant and teenage mothers, but you could only stay there until your child was 6 weeks old. So after my son turned 6 weeks, I went back to my home school, which was Trimble Tech High School, and I was never the same again. I started from skipping class. I started skipping school. I just would attend school at 10:46 a.m. every day because that was the first lunch, and I would stay and go to first, second, and third lunch, and then later on I would go to my classes. I participated in all school activities but no class, so needless to say I was unable to graduate. So although I did not graduate with the class of 1997, approximately a year later in August of 98, I went in and I sat down and tested for my GED, which I passed and obtained my GED in 1998. And so soon after I received my GED, I'm sitting at home and I'm watching TV, and the guy comes on television and he says, you're just sitting at home anyway. Why don't you come in and you could be a medical assistant in 9 months? So needless to say, I went over to Education America, and a 9-month program took me over a year. But in 1999, I received my medical assistant certificate and began working as a medical assistant. Only 2 people showed up to my graduation when I got my medical assistant's certificate. It was people who told me they don't even know why I would even try to get a medical assistant. Why would I even go to school? Because I'm not going to finish it anyway. In 2002, I went to Harris Hospital to get a job, and I got hired as a PCT. And it was a crazy job. I didn't even know what a PCT even did. I remember the first time they told me to go and bathe the patient. I was beside myself. I could not believe they wanted me to look at a stranger naked. So I bathed the lady with her gown on. Like I did not expose her at all. Working at Harris Hospital, I know I had an opportunity to meet and work amongst a lot of different people in different specialties. Doctors, nurses, phlebotomists, radiologists, things that I had never even heard of, nurse practitioners. And so working with the nurses, I decided to go back to school to get my RN. In 2007, I received my associate's degree of nursing from El Centro College. I was afraid to go and walk again, so I did not walk the stage. I had it mailed to me, and I began working as a RN. Shortly thereafter, the hospital had a program that they were partnered with UTA, and you can get your bachelor's in nursing in 12 months online through their accelerated program, and they would also pay tuition for you to do that as well. So I did that as well. You're not gonna give me other opportunity and I not take advantage of it. And I think this is a good point, because when I was younger, I never imagined going to college, and B, after seeing movies such as Players Club, I really thought that college tuition was out of reach. I thought I would never be able to afford to go to college. However, my career was funded pretty much by my employer. I received a bachelor's in science and nursing in 2010 from UTA, the University of Texas at Arlington. And I also did not walk for that, because why? And the cool thing about that is I received the diploma in the mail, and when I read it, it said magna cum laude. And I had no clue what that even meant. And come to find out, I graduated honors. And that means that I was at the top of my class. So I graduated honors with my bachelor's in science with magna cum laude. My entire RN career was spent at Harris Hospital. I'm like Kobe Bryant with the Lakers, baby. My entire nursing career was spent at Harris Hospital. I left Harris after 15 years, and I only left because they did not have a position for a nurse practitioner. By the time I left I left there in 2016. However, I received my master's in science and nursing in 2015 from the University of Texas at Arlington. I sat down and tested for the state board, which allowed me to be a board certified acute care nurse practitioner. So currently I have been working as an adult geriatric nurse practitioner for 7 years. I was asked, what am I most proud of? In this journey to get my GED to DNP, I am most proud of my persistence, because there's many times I was told that I could not do something or would not do something, and I did. It was not an easy journey, and I did it. It was not a cheap journey, and I did it. So I'm extremely proud of my persistence. Because if I had to go back and tell 16-year-old Davina anything, I would tell her, you go, girl, because the evolution. If I had to leave you with anything, I would leave with my 3 keys to success. And my number 1 key to success is to set goals. Number 2 is to be persistent. And number 3, to know that failure is a part of the process.